I'm Dr. Melissa Goldberg Mintz, and I'm here today to talk to you about the importance of keeping routine amid adversity. I'm an author, psychologist, and mom of two living in America. I've worked with traumatized children, adolescents, and families for a decade, and am the author of the book, Has Your Child Been Traumatized? Keeping structure and routine while there's adversity going on around you can provide a sense of safety and security to both you and your children. It can help tumultuous times feel more normal, and it can serve as a grounding technique. It also teaches healthy habits that your kids can use for an entire lifetime and creates a sense of predictability amid chaos. It can also promote a sense of family identity, promote connection between family members, and keep worried parents' lives grounded and predictable. If we're off our routine, or never had a routine to begin with in the first place, we can introduce routines in the morning time, so having a morning routine while waking up, getting ready to leave for school, an after-school routine, or a bedtime routine. Let's talk about what a sample routine would look like. If we're thinking about a waking up or getting ready for school routine for a young child, say a 6-year-old, we might start with getting a wake-up call from mom. Then the child might be able to choose their clothes with their mom and get dressed together. Then they would go downstairs, eat breakfast with brother or sister, clean up their breakfast, check their backpack for lunch, water bottle, binders, anything they might need for school, put on socks and shoes, and get out the door. If we do this same routine day in and day out, kids will come to feel grounded because they know what's coming every morning when mom wakes them up. Now let's look at an after-school routine for an older child, like an adolescent. We might give them half an hour to unwind after a busy school day. And we might want to specify whether we are okay with letting them have devices like a phone or a tablet, or whether that's off the table for our family. After having some downtime, homework time might be appropriate, followed by a family dinner where all are at the table with no devices, finishing up any remaining homework, bath or shower time, reading time, and then bedtime. Now let's talk about very young children. We might start with bath time, choosing pajamas, brushing teeth with a parent, reading a book, and then a kiss goodnight. Another thing I like to add is a discussion about the next day so your child knows what's coming. Sometimes, when we don't know what's going to happen and life doesn't feel predictable, it can feel unmooring or ungrounding. But by preparing them for what's going to happen, it can make them feel more in control. In addition, I like to review the past day. For very young children, we might do an exercise called warm fuzzies and cold pricklies, or something similar called roses, buds, and thorns. What this might look like, if we're doing warm fuzzies and cold pricklies, the parent and the child would take turns sharing their highlight of the day, or their warm fuzzy, something that happened that made them feel warm and fuzzy inside, and their cold prickly, something happened that made them feel not so good inside, maybe mad, sad, scared. Roses, buds, and thorns work similarly. You can share your rose, or something sweet and lovely that happened to you, your bud, something that you're excited about in the future, and your thorn, something that kind of stung a bit. You can do this with children of any ages, but for our very young children, warm fuzzies and cold pricklies might be a little bit easier to grasp, and roses, buds, and thorns for ages, say, 6 and up. Some families also like to include prayers as part of the bedtime routine. Again, the reason that we use these types of routines is so that our children's lives and our own can feel more predictable. Here is another slide documenting how to go about implementing roses, buds, and thorns. Feel free to use it in your family. Thank you.